All right, everybody. Let's head into Lesko Help 2. Tonight's class is going to be a lot more of a solid base. I'm excited about being able to have my tabs finally back up for our class back here. We've already gone through some of these coordinators. I don't know that it would be bad to do it again, but we'll probably wait until a little bit later. I think we've also covered some of the area in the business plan. Let's see. This is one that we have gone over, but I'd like to go over it a little bit again and to cover some things a little more in depth with you tonight. And so let's get everything set up. We are in the Farmers.gov, Your Business Beginning Farmers Funding. So it's a pretty specific location within the USDA's Farmers.gov. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy this link. Now, this is one of the ways that you can keep track of your searches as you are online. Even on a phone, you can do it like this, so it would be more difficult. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to pull up a Google Doc and just get a blank doc. And then we will copy that link onto the doc, hit space or enter, and it'll turn it into a link. And then if you click on that, it'll actually allow you to manipulate that and have a title. All right. A lot of times it doesn't work the same on different devices. So I will usually go ahead and include the overall link as well, just in case someone's device doesn't work with the transition from title to link. All right. And so there's our first resource. So we're starting here. But this is one that we've gone over a little bit, the planning, visiting, and then we were into the funding. And so that is this area here, or at least it's one of the areas within. Let's see if that is the same area. Yes, okay, I was pretty certain, but it has been quite some time since I did all of this. Now, wait a second. Did I go to the wrong thing? I'm confused at what just happened here. Forward. Interesting. So it just takes you back to this same page. Let's go down. That's already the second link I've found currently. It doesn't work the way they want it to on a pretty important page. Let's try this one. I'm pretty sure it's going to do the exact same thing. Yes. So I think that they're probably working on some things internally right before the new year begins. It's not a big surprise. And some of the areas just aren't working well anymore. So I'm going to leave it as it is, though, because whether they completely change it or they just clean it up or anything to that nature, this is a site I know I want to keep having. All right. Now, let's see. Is that the one that we had here, right? Yes. Okay. Now, this is, I believe, the link that should have pulled up. It didn't. I have selected a couple of areas for us to look over. These are grants and loans specifically from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And the different options that they have are pretty specific. I think that still within that, there is a lot of availability. All right. So everybody's really worried about this identity theft right now. It's never a bad idea to go and utilize any resources like that. Not really what we're talking about tonight, though. Nor are we really wanting to go into farm loans. That's certainly something to consider if you have to. First, I would definitely be trying to get some money that was not a loan, right? That's our whole goal here. However, these farm loans will be better criteria, better terms, such as interest rates and things like that. If you do need to go a loan or to the direction of a loan, you definitely want to go more towards farm loans than a traditional bank, if you're able to. Housing assistance, similarly, it's comparable to the FHA style loans for homes, which are much better than a traditional home loan. This is through, I believe it's the FSA, Farmers Service Agency, something like that.
Sabrina,
Yes.
it used to be Farmers Home Administration that had those housing assistance, and normally they are out in the rural area.
Mm-hmm.
And their interest rate is, like you said, a lot better than the traditional loans. You get it for 30 years. Um,
The
and also, huh?
The reason it's probably no longer the FHA that you used to be familiar with, and it's now the FSA. I did look over here and verify
Yeah,
it's because it would compete with the Federal Housing Association or agency. Again, I'm not ever certain how they do their acronyms perfectly, but we all know what we're talking about in that regard.
yeah.
So that's probably why they switched it. But yeah, it is for more rural livers. Mm-hmm. Okay, I guess that was what she had to contribute. Very nice. Thank you, Ethel. Um, it's very comparable, from my understanding, to an FHA style loan. And let's just go ahead and look up those acronyms and the differences. FHA versus FSA. All right, and now we'll look over Google's AI generated response. FHA loans are related to home financing, while FSA are a type of employee benefit. No. Oh, no, that's not correct. Okay, so I'm going to have to figure out what FSA is compared. FSA, rural home loan. Haha. Okay. USDA. No.
It's it's FMHA.
For some reason, I have it written down over here. I wouldn't be surprised if once again they've changed some of the titling.
Okay. Well, I just
Yeah,
looked.
it's not now the FHA or maybe the FSA, although that's what we searched and then they changed it. Interesting. Let's do just this. I just want to see. Yes. Okay. Yay. The Farm Service Agency. That's why I have it written over here on this specific document, because it has the Farm Service Agency, Natural Resources Conservation Service, and the Rural Development Program. It's things that are applicable to my area for agricultural endeavors that I may choose to pursue. And this is something that you can use for a rural home loan as well. And then you can also see where it's for farmers and ranchers to expand or maintain a family farm. And I was specifically told that it can be used in a rural situation for a home loan. So that's where you'll want to talk to the people that are in the Farm Service Agency of your area. All right, so let's grab this link. We're going to copy the link address, and then we're going to also open it in a new tab. And you right click, open link in new tab, all right? This is the farm loans program. These are going to be things that you can utilize in a variety of different ways. And then what you're looking for here is some sort of contact information.
I see that now.
Okay, a lot of very similar types of loans that they have in other areas, and that's all great. But we're still looking more for a contact option. Connect with us. That's definitely not contact. So there we go. Find your local FSA service center. So let's open that in a new tab. And let's get this down on our document here because we found what we were looking for.
Is this information going to be available for us to look at, or is this going to be a part of the Zoom?
It's something that I'll put in the class recording, right? Like this
Uh-huh.
class doesn't have a unit, so I'll put it on the actual recording of the class in that post.
Great.
Thank you, Ms. Ethel. Okay, now let me make sure that we've got everything there. This is the next one. Now let's, no, I don't think we got this, did we? Okay, no, we have not gotten this here. Let's grab this. And that's going to be our next tab there. And it's a very useful tab in a ton of different ways. But what we're actually looking for is finding the local FSA service center. And that is where you just have to do a little bit of investigation. It looks like it may be necessary to create an account in order to find some of that information. Here we go. Nice. So this is what we're actively looking for, finding your local service center. We had to scroll a ways though. That's where starting to learn how to tear through these websites is such a valuable skill. So finding your local service center. You have USDA service centers. So let's open that link in a new tab. Then if it doesn't work, you have this option to try here. And there are also urban service centers. And that is something I think is just so amazing, that there are ways to approach the agricultural world as well as the agricultural funding world in urban areas. I think that's so, so beautiful. All right, so we have this one. Next, we pulled up the service locator. Let's grab this link here. And that's how you keep track of where you've been in your search history so that you don't feel so lost and so that you can return to anywhere that you want to. Now, one of the things that you can also do, if you want to identify a certain one as the place you'd like to start, as an example, perhaps this one that we just found, getting a service center location for you is probably pretty important in this regard. So let's grab that link, and I'm going to hit that pencil or edit link. And I'm going to go all the way to the top, and I'm going to actually add a star emoji right at the beginning. And apply. You can do anything like that that works for you. It doesn't have to be an emoji. It doesn't have to be a star. Maybe you want to put the number 1, then the number 2 to places that you want to go back to. Whatever makes it easier for you to follow through with what you would like to do, you can easily do that within the titles of these different links. All right. Now, let's just show you what that would look like. Finding your service center is going to be your first option. All you have to do is select a state. Let's just go with Alabama. And then let's just randomly select a county, Shelby, and go. And now you can go to your local dashboard. These are farm service centers in a reasonably close area to you. At this location, right? Doesn't say a mileage, but hopefully they are listed closer to further, and hopefully most people will have something close, right? All right, let's just grab all of the links, make sure. We got that one. And then we've gone forward to a specific locality, but we won't worry about grabbing that tab so much. Now, what is this one that we've got here? Okay, so get started at your USDA Urban Service Center. So amazing. Let's grab that link, go to our doc, and then paste it. And then our title, Again, to me, that is another just fantastic resource and something that would be important to return to. Oops, I put it in the wrong one. Let's go here. And apply. All right. So that's how easy it is on a computer. On a phone, it's a little bit more difficult, not that much worse. Simply have your Google Chrome or whatever search engine you're using up in your app, as well as your Google Docs or whatever Word Perfect type of service you're using, right? And then you just switch back and forth, copying your browser link, going to your doc, pasting it, going back to your search, going to your next item when you're ready, grabbing that link, going back to your doc, pasting it, and so on. So it's definitely something that can be done on a phone, and it will help you keep track of your searches so tremendously. I cannot tell you how much having a path in writing like this to go back to or to eliminate. Perhaps this is one that you just don't want to return to, right? Then in the same way, you can put like an multiplication emoji, which is the X, right? And you don't want that one. So you grab your X, go back to your doc, paste that in there, and now you know that's not one that I really want to return to, at least at this time. I wouldn't remove it because things change all the time, and it may have resources for you later. You could even put something like after your X, the date. So it is 12/19/24, and then you'd know that it didn't work out for you then, but maybe you want to go back in March or February, 2 or 3 months later, and check it out. Maybe you like to go every 6 months or every year. Some of the things that we're getting ready to talk about over here are actually closed for the year, but they're recurring. And for me, that's perfect because I need to get ready for these things. And so I want to look at what is going to be needed going forward. I believe I'm going to have to do 3 years of production at $1,000 or more, probably consecutively, in order to be eligible for some of these that we're going to talk about in just a second. All right. Now, with the USDA service centers, let's look and see. Now, the Natural Resources Conservation Service Center, that's going to work a lot of times with those urban localities more closely because you're looking at ways of integrating agriculture into a more industrialized area, right? An urban area, while not necessarily industrial, is going to be more industrialized or manicured or occupied, whatever type of word one wants to apply. And so bringing that type of ideology into a more densely populated area is a way of trying to continue to become a more sustainable nation, right? And then that's what I work with the most closely is the Natural Resources Conservation Service, even though I am in what is considered a rural area. We're 45 minutes from downtown Salt Lake, which is not only the capital city, but the most populous city in the state, I believe. The whole valley is just wall to wall city, right? It goes from tiny little city to city to city to city. And so you have a little mini megatropolis in that valley. But because we're one little set of mountains over 45 minutes away, we are considered rural. Within that, though, I am wanting to show how even in a suburban area, you can introduce elements of sustainability in water retention and soil conservation and pollinator diversity and all of these different areas. And that's going to align me with the Natural Resources Conservation Service. And that's where I'm going to end up retrieving a lot of my funding. And so when I tell you guys, don't get discouraged, I have reached out, and I believe I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but I haven't been able to get her back on the phone. The the Natural Resources Conservation Service representative that I'm working with, the ETSE, has been very busy lately. Surprisingly enough, it's going on winter in 2 days a day. I'm not sure if it's the 20th or 21st, for the winter solstice, the longest day of the year, that's not a real heavy agricultural time in this quarter of the globe. And yet this season has been so warm, and perhaps that's when they're doing conferences, right? I have no idea what she's got going on her side of the equation. So I'm probably going to wait until after the new year, but I've reached out in the last couple of months. Let me just give you an accurate count to show you that you just need to persist and persist. I reached out to her initially again on Tuesday, November 5th. She did reply the next day there. I replied back almost immediately that same day. She didn't respond. I tried again on November 15th. So that 2 times without contact. She did get back to me on November 19th. I immediately responded again. And then I've now sent out another communication on December 11th. So I've been asking to set something up since November 5th. And even though she has sort of gotten back to me a couple times, I still have not gotten any kind of concrete communication from her on when we can move forward on the projects I want to plan here. You have to be patient. And so having said all that, let's go ahead and, because it doesn't, oh, they do have a listing. They're not as common, the urban service center locations, so they have a listing, right? Looks like we don't have one in Utah. Interesting. We could definitely use one over there in the Salt Lake area. It would be completely worthy. Also, I'm not sure why Nevada wouldn't have one. I can see why some of these, not Colorado again, but some of these upper states, they have a lower population and they're so heavily rural that it wouldn't make as much sense. But Denver and Salt Lake, Las Vegas, those all seem worthy. Seems like some of these over here, although they are so much more closely grouped, that perhaps it is a little bit easier to use each other's sources, but that does make it a bit rough from someone coming from Salt Lake to have to go all the way to Albuquerque or Phoenix or Los Angeles. In fact, I guess Oakland perhaps might be the closest, surprisingly enough. Less of those, right? Definitely something that is worthy, though. Probably something that we will, right now, we have urban service centers in these cities. So that wording says they're working to expand. All right. Amazing, amazing opportunities in the agricultural world right now. Let's go and tear into a couple of those. We had gone and looked here. I believe that should have led us here. And we wanted to find out about the housing assistance, where Ethel and I could not figure out what the terminology really broke down to. Now, let's go ahead and continue our scrolling here. Again, we're not really looking for loan, but this one does talk about grant assistance. This is forging partnerships with rural communities, funding projects that bring housing, community facilities, business guarantees. I wonder what that would mean. Let's check that out. Business guarantees. Business guarantees are commitments made by businesses or individuals to fulfill their financial obligations and can take several forms, including business guarantees, the commitment by a business to honor its company credit card debt. Interesting. This is definitely something that one would want to tear through with a financial expert, which again, you can get for free through those coordinators that we've talked about, or through the SBDC and a business counselor. Bank guarantees, a guarantee provided by a bank, that's like a loan, I would guess. I'm really not understanding this at all. Some sort of agreement, obviously. I wonder if it's almost like a cosigner sort of comparison. Very interesting. This is one, if you're interested in pursuing further, I would talk to Amber Hawkins about. Also, a business counselor or some sort of agricultural coordinator. Definitely interesting, and I don't feel comfortable even trying to speak to what that is. Utilities and other services to rural America. So it's pretty specific, right? Housing, community facilities. I don't know if they mean really specific things like recreation center bathrooms, or if they mean the recreation center itself, or any number of things could really mean community facilities, right? Then utilities and other services. So some basic necessity type provision. And so businesses doing that can get this grant assistance. They provide technical assistance and financial backing for rural businesses and cooperatives to create quality jobs in rural areas. So they want renewable energy and energy efficiency improvement. Rural development works with low-income individuals, state, local, and Indian tribal governments, as well as private and nonprofit organizations and user-owned cooperatives. So it's definitely something that's worth looking into. It does get pretty technical. If this is one that someone would be interested in looking up, I definitely encourage you to take it to some sort of financial expert to discuss what this is really talking about here. All right, so we will go ahead and pull this up in a new tab and include that in our resources in our doc, because that's a pretty broad reaching opportunity, right? Beginning farmers and ranchers. I think this is one that we've already looked at. I believe this is no, it is not. It's another page here. Excellent. Livestock insurance. That's an excellent thing for those who have, invested in animals. We saw what happened, I don't know, maybe about 7 years ago with the cattle freezing up in Montana and the damage that did to those ranchers. Definitely something that's valuable. Federal State Marketing Improvement Program. This is something where you want to go into your state Department of Agriculture and other appropriate state agencies who are going to assist in exploring new market opportunities for food and agricultural products, and to encourage research and innovation aimed at improving the efficiency and performance of the marketing system. So anybody that's into developing those new market opportunities and looking to do that in a rural sense would look into something along these lines, right? Definitely some interesting opportunities. Not really in my line, but it's interesting. This is one that I've already got pulled up for us, the Specialty Crop Block Grant Program. I've been reading about this one. I think it did just close, and it's appearing to be a recurring. It does not state in the literature that I was able to cover before class that it's recurring, but it was 2023 and 2024. And I do believe that this is going to be an ongoing situation, and this is absolutely one that if it's available when I'm ready, when I've gotten that proof of $1,000 worth of production in 3 years, this is one I would absolutely be trying to go for. Specialty Crop Block Grant Program. The oh my God, the SCBGP. That is more of a mouthful than just saying Specialty Crop Block Grant Program. Funds can be requested to enhance the competitiveness of specialty crops. Specialty crops are defined as fruits and vegetables, tree nuts, dried fruits, and nursery crops. To me, specialty crops is a little bit more something that would not be regionally available, but we need to tear into that to see if it's that in depth. All right. The Farmers Market Promotion Program is another one that I have pulled up for us. And as you see here, it was created in 1976. I believe that this is another one that will be ongoing, even though it has closed down for this year. Again, though, that's not bad. You need to be prepared for these big opportunities at the federal level many times. A day or two isn't going to get you prepared for it, especially not in an agricultural world, right? Organic cost share program is also really interesting to me, and I think to a large number of people across the nation. And I thought I had pulled this one up, but let's pull that one up as well. All right. Now, we have all of these tabs, and they're all a little bit different. This is that first place that we started at. Here are the secondary sites pulled off of what I believe originally came from this website, but they just aren't working correctly anymore. So we know this is where we started to get all of these amazing programs, and these are all of the secondary links. Already we have 6 items that we can tear through to start looking for funding opportunities. All programs, obviously amazing. Let's see here. I know several of you are at least trending towards interest in agricultural pursuits. Somebody pick your state and we'll start tearing through that one.
California.
Oh my goodness. You will always pick California. All right, let's do it. Now, this is all programs in California, all right? And so in California, you have rural business development grants. I mean, that's pretty amazingly open-ended. Now, the type of assistance is very specific: technical assistance and training for small rural businesses. Now, within that training, I wonder if you could do several things. Could you yourself, as the business owner, gain some free or partially funded education that will enable you to do more with your agricultural business? And or are you able to use that to train and pay part of an employee's salary? Right? Those are some possibilities with that kind of a title, at least. Advanced Biofuel Payment Program, again, pretty specific. Rural Decentralized Water Systems Grant, interesting. It looks like...
Sabrina, what about like home-based stuff? Like home business, like, you know, like home preserving kind of type of thing, you know?
Yeah, I wonder who would need that kind of information. Let's see.
Third.
You sure don't know.
No, I just want to, like, you know, I'm learning from Sabrina. She's the queen of agriculture. So, you know, she's a teacher and I'm just a student and I'm learning, you guys.
Tonight, for tonight.
Yes, tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you go down to check the other 3 pages out, Sabrina? They had 2 and 3, right?
This is the second one right here. Yes.
Okay. All right.
This would possibly be something you'd have to tear through: rural economic development loan and grant programs in California. Obviously, loans not being the ideal, but it does include grants. This program provides funding for rural projects through local utility organizations. All right, that's definitely one that could be checked out. Oh.
Yeah, I'm like in what do you say it? In unincorporated area. Does that make sense? Like, am I in a rural area but unincorporated? So I'm in the heights. So
I don't know what unincorporated means when speaking of a location. I don't understand that terminology. I'm not saying it's wrong.
Unincorporated, like, meaning, like, you know, I'm in the mountains, like the city's like in the city and I'm like in the heights. So I'm like in a rural area but unincorporated.
The only thing that kind of makes me think of something that I've heard of in the grant world for what you're talking about is that I think that maybe you and Megan P are in the same county. Is that right?
No, I'm in San Bernardino County. She's in Kern County. Maybe I'm just saying that terminology totally wrong, but I'm in an unincorporated area where it's just like, you know, these houses are built by people and they have their own community. Like, it's like, you know, I'm isolated from like the city area. So I don't know.
That's all what this is. This is all for rural living.
Yeah.
So look at this one right here. Rural Micro Entrepreneur Assistance Program in California. This program provides loans and grants to micro enterprise development organizations. Let's see what that specific designation.
No, I'm not at that level yet, girlfriend.
You don't
You know
know.
what I'm saying?
When you're
Like,
ready to start,
yeah, for
what are you going
sure.
to start at? It might not have to be the 25 employees. It might be
Yeah.
a home-based business. That's what you were asking for, yes?
Yeah, I'm just looking to like, start,
Right.
like I know I got to start at my county and my city for sure, because that's where, most of our things come from the agriculture world is from our county and our city. So when we're looking at these loans and stuff, that's when we're, thinking big, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm very small right now, you know, that kind of thing.
No, a nonprofit entity, Indian tribe, or public institution. So no, that would not work. Okay, let's continue on. I mean, I'm seeing excellent things for families, right? Like this is definitely something worthy of checking out for you, Tammy. Single family housing repair loans and grants in California, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to stick away from the loans and stuff. So I'm trying to,
But look, it's grants
yeah.
and grants.
Yeah, for sure. That's like planning and a lot of like that's
All
big.
of it's
Yeah,
planning, my
for
lady.
sure. It's big time stuff, you guys. Big time stuff.
That one was more like your weatherization thing. The one that I was talking about. That's going to be more toward
Yeah,
how
I've never really applied for any type of federal grant like opportunities. Okay. So that's new to me. So I've never applied for anything with HUD, or even USDA, Like I said, I'm just doing my local stuff until like, where I can't go any further, trying to get as much as I can locally, and then when I have to go to that extreme, you know, I'm just
This
trying to
might be something again that could be looked into further for you. Value added producer grants in California. This
Yeah,
program assists
I saw that
agricultural.
earlier.
Did you? Awesome. This program assists agricultural producers enter into value added activities related to the processing and marketing of new products. I mean, that's kind of the area you're exploring. Even some of the jams and jellies that you've been posting are like new ways of doing things and stuff. So the goals of this program are to generate new products, create and expand marketing opportunities, and increase producer income.
Do you
So
have to have like a business license to do this? Like, what are the requirements?
that's where you have to keep
Oh
digging in,
man, you're
right?
killing me. You're
Yep. But I'm going to grab them for you, right? I'm going to grab
okay,
the
cool.
link because we talked about them pretty specifically. I'll put them under California. And the other one that I had mentioned on the previous page, I'm going to put that one on there too, because that is the weatherization stuff that you're already so good at. And think how wonderful it would be to expand your skill set into the federal arena.
Yeah, I'm looking for like fencing, my property, like due to the storms and stuff. My fencing, that's something that I probably have to go
Mm-hmm.
to the USDA or whatever, but that's like a huge thing that I need to do because my hill is going down, you guys.
Oh, no.
But I'm gonna
Yeah,
check
so
for
you
these.
need like retaining walls as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Like I need to see if I need to get a permit. Even if I did go through any type of organization, I need to either get a permit pulled or, there's a lot of things that go in longs with that stuff.
Yes, absolutely. Excuse me. So fun. Also, so those are also things that you'll most often be able to find something comparable in your state. Not always, especially when you compare California or New York. They are some pretty specialized states, as is the Washington, D.C. area. The opportunities in Washington, D.C., they're very comparable, but they will be completely titled differently. So it's really about learning your region and how it works and finding the funding that may be in another area under a different name, from a different department, through a different agency within the same department, right? All of these different things are ways of looking for the resources that you know are currently in Kentucky, but you are in New Mexico, right? You look for a comparable entity, a comparable program, a comparable offering through the same sort of source, whether that be federal, state, or nonprofit typically, right? Okay. Now, going back, I think we were here. So that was how you have this beautiful listing of programs for California. Now let's go back. Hopefully it's not going to make us, it is. Go all the way back to where we were here, because this is all programs. And let's refresh and remove the California so it doesn't try to add that one to it, and make sure that we have this one on our document, which is also how you would, if you forget to put something on your document, that is how you're going to get back to it. All right, now let's put a line here for a break. This is the next series of resources that we went over. This is all programs, and that's where this came from California. And I may put some tabs and titling on that to make it a little more useful later on for you guys going back to this document. But this is a very good basic setup for note-taking for your research purposes. All right, and so we just went through all programs and did some research for California. Let's go on and do one more site, and then we'll take our little break and come back and open it up for open-ended questions. Now, this is the beginning farmers and ranchers loans. That's not really what we're looking for, but I believe we pulled this up because grants were also mentioned. Let's continue to look through the resources here. No, that's not one that we're wanting for our purposes. However, the microloans are some pretty decent programs. So let's really quickly just look over what a microloan program would look like as opposed to a traditional loan program. They're going to give you a lot of information here also, which leads you down further paths. Look, USDA information for veterans. That could be a whole list of resources that might include grants. You just start tearing through things, but you don't want to lose anything. So we came from this beginning farmers and ranchers loans. So let's click it and add that to our document. We'll add it down here with another line. Microloan program. But I'm really looking interesting. Now they're going to compare their microloans against their FSA or so-called regular loans through a governmental resource that is still both better than a traditional bank loan, okay? You don't need an appraisal. Verification of non-farm income unnecessarily and unless required for repayment. Successful repayment of an FSA youth loan may be used towards the required 3 years of management experience. Now that's really interesting for me as far as my daughter goes. She helps me so much with this stuff, whether she wants to or not, that she might as well take advantage of something like that. Amazing, right? Also establishing her credit as a minor into an adult. They're not really giving me the kind of overall. This is a little bit like what I'm looking at. Let's see. I want to show the rate, right? Oh, goodness. Look at all the wonderful things that it can be used for. Oh, so exciting. There's no minimum amount. The maximum is $50,000, very traditional to a microloan title. You have a maximum of 25 years. Very nice already as a good, something up to $50,000. That can be a car loan. That might need to be repaid in 6 years at a traditional bank, right? Very, very wonderful ability to extend it, of course, the quicker you can get it paid off, the better. But perhaps you take it out for 25 years, and then every month that you're able to, you just double the payment, right? And get it paid off in 12 and a half years or 15 years instead of 25. So you just don't break the law, basically here. Farm management experience within 10 years of the application date, right? So it's starting to get into it. It's just not giving me the kind of information I wanted to show you guys. It's all very interesting and it's all wonderful and things that in these positions are worthy of our time to go through, but not so instructive for here in class. However, it is here and we will definitely include it on our document. Not so much this one. So, I mean, it looks worthy as well. Make sure it's not the same page. It's the same page, I think. Yes, okay, so again, their site doesn't seem to be quite working the way we would like it to. We'll go ahead and throw that on our document. And now, I think we were here, and we didn't find anything so far that said grant, even though they kind of led us here under that thought process. It doesn't look like they're going to have anything right now that is available. All right, wait, what is this here? Interesting. Grab that. I think we may have already placed it. Yeah. All right. Moving on. We looked over the microloans. Oops, huh? Page 404. I think that this was one that I had thought I pulled up and it didn't work. So that's probably this organic cost share program. I tried pulling it up again, and as you see, I'm still not finding it. So this is what we're looking for. Now, because we can't find it, I actually really love when that happens. Let's go to their program finder. Now, we're looking for the organic cost share program. Search. It looks like, at least in the moment, they're either reconfiguring that, going to maybe call it something else, located it under another area of the USDA, who knows? But that one is what we're missing and what we're not able to pull up out of these options from the USDA.gov grants and loans page. So let's go ahead and look at the ones that we were able to pull up. The Farmers Market Promotion Program. This is one that if you are an agricultural producer, even perhaps like myself, you need to find out what your state levels are. Here in Utah, it's only $1,000 a year for 3 years. That is not a huge hurdle of a requirement to overcome to start being eligible for some of this funding. All right. Now, they do have a late applications policy. Of course, that's something someone could look into now. However, what I will be doing is looking over how to apply and what it covers, all these different areas, training and technical assistance, turnkey marketing and promotion. That one be something I might be interested in, or recruitment and training. They cover the terms here. Must be domestically owned, operated, and located within the 50 U.S. states, District of Columbia, or it looks like the majority of or all of the territories, agricultural businesses, and cooperatives. I'm an agricultural business. It's also all of these different options that aren't as common amongst our community, but they're definitely out there. And nonprofit and public benefit corporations, nonprofits especially, is a part of our community. Producer networks or associations, while maybe no one's actually considered that, it is something to possibly look into as a possible co-op. Could be, right? Regional farmers market authorities. Ooh, that's all super official sounding. Let's look and see what this is exactly. Go here. We don't really need this particular search. Definition. Interesting. Regional food authorities support the production and distribution of food within a region, including through farmers markets. Oh, I wonder if this would be good for Sharon Seymour, huh? Local agricultural market program, farmers market promotion program. Really interesting. This is definitely something that I myself could be interested in. So a super fun opportunity out there. And that is the Farmers Market Promotion Program. This program requires matching fund contributions in an amount equal to 25% of the total federal portion of the grant, right? Which is kind of something I've talked about here on my property. It may not get completely funded. I may have to pay for a portion of it. And these are around those totals that I was talking about, where I may have to pay 20%, 25% of the project and get the remaining 75% reimbursed. I mean, how amazing would that be, right? So this is some really wonderful information. They have the awarded grants webpage so that you can kind of look over projects that have been funded in the past to see if you can align your mission or your business to better fit the pattern of the people who have received grants before. And that's the kind of research that can go into the bigger projects that Tammy mentioned earlier, right? You need to be prepared for putting together a real plan. And this is something that my business mentor talked about from the SBDC. He's like, Sabrina, I think we could go out and find $10,000 for you tomorrow. It's not going to be that difficult. The thing is, I'm not sure that you would really know what best to do with $10,000 for marketing and advertising if I were to just hand it over to you tomorrow. And that's very, very true. And so some of these things are even talking about helping people with their marketing. All right. So really, really wonderfully amazing opportunities out there, everyone. All right. So what I'm going to do here is grab this link. I think this is just everything that we were looking at. Yep, we didn't go anywhere else. So let's grab this one. Really, really amazing opportunity. And I will also tag Sharon Seymour because that really seems like it could be something, tremendous opportunity for her. Let's get our line in here and our newest resource. And now let's tag Sharon really quickly in our teaching sessions here. She is gung-ho about this agricultural business endeavor that she's got going on. She lives in California and I guess owns a small farm in Jamaica, as well as maybe working with some other farmers in Jamaica. I'm not sure. She's a busy, busy lady as well, doing some great stuff out there. So hopefully she will find that of value. Really awesome. Okay. Now, I think that will be a good place for us to go ahead and cut off for the night. Some amazing resources, definitely some opportunities to tear through, and things that I'm going to be looking into further. As I learn more about the individual programs, I'll always be keeping you guys in the loop. All right. One other thing that I did want to share before we went into our open-ended question session is that you guys all have the opportunity to join the Collectively Rewilding Network for a lifetime free membership as Lesko Help. It's a great opportunity, and I encourage you all to come by and check it out that are interested in agriculture and outdoor pursuits, nature, getting back to nature, helping nature, pollinators and helping pollinators. We have a lot of beekeepers in this community, a lot of you who really talk about wanting to help further either your own pursuits or help with environmental causes, all of these different amazing things. And this is a free resource for you. All you have to do is come to www.collectivelyrewilding.com. Just click join now. It's going to take you down to the plans. And as you see, it's free membership. Once you're in on this free plan, it's never going to be a charge. It's not a feature that Mighty Networks even allows. It's a guaranteed lifetime free membership. So a pretty nice little value for our Lesko Help members, an additional subscription for free for being a Lesko Help member. Tons of fun, and I hope to see you guys over there. Tammy's always keeping us busy over there too, and she really, really made my day. She found some research for honeybees, wild bees, and bumblebees in general that is so positive. She found research by Cornell University that's being done in 2 different ways to create ingestible enzymes, and the other wasn't exactly an enzyme. I didn't understand it quite as well, but it is it's an absorber. These absorb these horrible, horrible pesticides, the neonicotinoids being the worst, and the one that I can't speak to as well, that is for the neonicotinoids. And they're doing research though for even this enzyme, which they're calling it was almost like an inoculation or something, but it's really not. It's something completely different. And it will absorb these nasty, nasty things and just excrete out of the little creature's digestive system. So really, really promising. And you made my day, Tammy. I cannot tell you, made my day. So there's a lot going on over there for those of you who are interested in nature, agriculture, and helping or furthering or growing a business, anything like that. Please come over and join us, and we'll talk about things like how to heal the soil. That's not really what this class is for, right? This is about getting those types of ventures funded. Over in Collectively Rewilding, we'll talk about putting those seeds in the soil and what to do with everything that you get as it comes along. All right? It is time for our little break. I got a little carried away. You can hear it in my voice, and we're also a little bit past time when I like to call it, but that's great because I can't help it. Nature gets me excited, guys. It's just, so amazing. We will be back right about the 50-minute mark, 50, wherever you are. That will be 8:50 p.m. Pacific, 9:50 p.m. Mountain, 10:50 p.m. Central, and 11:50 p.m. Eastern. And Miss Tammy and Miss Ethel are both here with us. They will have the floor while I am on my little break, rest my little voice here for a minute. Please give them the same courtesies that you show me when I'm on the floor. And if you aren't the one they're working with, if your lips aren't moving, your microphone should be muted, right? Also, if you choose to share your desktop or your background, please make sure to keep all of your personal and financial information private. And if you choose to share that video, do make sure that you are presentable for showing yourself on that video, all right? Thank you, everybody. And I hope that you have as much fun talking about getting an agricultural business funded as I do. There's just so much to play with. It's so easy to find funding in the agricultural world, and I hope you really kind of started to see that. Yes, we did touch on loans. They are going to be substantially better, but the funding is there too. Farmers markets, research, and the Natural Resources Conservation Service Center, they aren't even dictating to me so much how I'm going to do the research to conserve these resources as making sure it fits the criteria they need it to. And then I get to kind of play with all of these theories that I have in regards to water retention and soil health and biodiversity and pollinator health and diversity and all of these just amazingly beautiful topics. And there's so much in the way of funding out there. As I've shown you guys tonight as well, there's even funding if you live in the middle of a city. There are things that you can do and funding that you can get to do it about agriculture and nature, pretty much wherever you are in the United States, Washington, D.C., or the territories. It does not matter. It's out there and you can find it. All right. Thank you, everyone. I will be right back. Let me give my voice a little break and we'll get back to it. Thank you, Tammy and Ethel, for handling the floor.
Make sure
You're welcome, Sabrina.
Good luck, Sabrina. You need some honey. Ethel, you need to put me as co-host so I can share my screen.
Oh, by all means.
All right, you guys. Let me see here. Let's see if she.
You already got it.
There we go, you guys. Lights, camera, action. Let me pin myself. Cause yo, Tammy Larson. There we go. All right, you guys. It is the break time, and who has questions? I see a few new names. What about? I don't want to mispronounce your name, but Vylita. I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself. Did you have any questions that we can assist you with? There we go.
Hi.
Hi. How do you say your name?
Mama, can you Valita. Sorry, my husband is back. Shh.
No worries. My husband's always in the background.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries.
I'm interested in some information about agriculture business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. Do you have your the Lesko Meta report, and do you have the Lesko Meta report and your state report?
I have not. I have been consumed. I've been on here a few times, but haven't really gotten to everything. I think I spoke with you before on your platform. I think I stated my husband really had hurt his hip. He pretty much had a hip replacement. So we were dealing with that, and I was talking about things about maybe for getting rental assistance. But it's been so much going on. My daughter is in and out of the hospital, going to different appointments, and so I've been a little busy. That's why I haven't gotten to everything. But I do plan to download the different, like you said, the state one and the mega. I'm gonna get to all of that.
All right, no worries. It'll take time. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you where you can locate those two documents. Okay. All right.
Okay.
What state? Where are you from?
I'm from Illinois.
Illinois. All right. Cool. Chicago, Illinois. All right. So located here on the left-hand side, there contains groups and collections. Okay. I'm just gonna like close them up because they can be very distracting when you're trying to trying to teach here. All right. So located everybody here on the left-hand side, you need the Lesko Meta report. So what you're going to do, have you completed the step-by-step guide?
I don't recall.
Okay. So after
I
this
did
class,
do some of the things that was, I needed to do for just coming on board because, like I said, I just started
okay.
back in October, I believe it was, or November. I'm sorry, it was November.
Okay. No worries. No worries. So what you want to do after this class, you want to go to this collection. It's called Get Started. Okay. And then you want to go to the step-by-step guide. Okay. And it's like the most important tab here on the Let's Go To platform other than the classes. You guys need to learn and understand how to utilize the platform to get those grant-like resources. Okay.
Okay.
Because there's so many resources on this platform. If my tab will like go already. There we go. Okay, so this is a step-by-step guide. So everybody, if you have not completed this, you need to come through here and watch these videos. Because if you don't read or watch these videos, you're going to be lost in the sauce. Okay, so like you need to understand how to utilize the platform before you utilize the grants. Because this is a grant, atmosphere, and there's going to be tons of grant-like opportunities. But if you don't know how to utilize it, you're going to just be lost in the sauce. Okay.
That is true. I was going to ask a question about that because, like you just said, being lost in the sauce, that's how I feel right now. So,
okay.
I was wondering, do you guys as the teachers, do you guys teach how to do the grants, or do you? I mean, like a one-on-one. How does that work?
This is the one-on-one, girl.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
So this is right now. This is actually a semi-structured class. Okay. Miss Sabrina Giesler, is she has a business in regards to agriculture and gardening and stuff like that. So this is uh, a structured semi class with Q&A for those who are interested in gardening, agriculture, but you can come in and just be regular. Like all the classes here on the platform are designed for anybody to come in and ask any question. Okay. Some classes may be for businesses. We have a couple of those, but either way, you're going to get your question answered. And if not, there's always a Zoom every single day. So right now, this class tonight is basically based off agriculture and business. But Sabrina does open up the floor at the end for open-end questions, whether it be regarding business and agriculture, or whether it just be I need help utilizing the platform. She is a staff member, so she's she's the applesauce. Okay.
Okay.
So whatever you need, just say, hey, Sabrina, I'm not understanding the platform. Where do I start? I want to do this. I need this or that. You know what I'm saying? And then she'll be able to assist you with the Lesko meta report if you need that. And any grant-like opportunities that you're
And like with you, the meta report, like I was saying, so is there any way to maybe contact someone if you have questions,
no.
like after classes? Like, can you?
Okay. No. Okay. So, located here on the platform, the only time that you can really ask questions if a live Zoom is not on. Okay. What you want to do is you want to go here to the questions chat. Okay. And you want to go here to ask your question here. Okay. And this is where everybody should go to ask their questions. Okay. Once my computer loads up. Yep. Slow-mo. Yep. But yeah, this is where you need to go. Everybody, if you have any questions here on the Let's Go To platform, this is the main spot where you need to ask your questions. When there's not a live Zoom coming up or there's not one on going on. So this is where you can be able to talk to staff members or, that type of thing.
Gotcha. And also one more question. Like for Sabrina's old shows, is it possible to access those as well?
How old, girlfriend? Like, do you want to go like 3 years back?
Oh no,
Okay.
something
Like,
recent, within this year. No.
Yeah, because we've been here for a long. I've been here for a while, and Ethel Grant's been here. I'm like, girl, how long do you want to go back? Like, way back, because those classes are like 8 hours. Okay, so are you talking about our agriculture ones? Or are you just
Yes.
talking about because she does do 3 different type of lives. Okay, she does the Let's Go basic training on Tuesdays, and then she also does the partnership and accountability Zoom webinar on Wednesdays, and on Thursdays is every other Thursday, and this is the class today, which is the business, and so yeah, all
Yeah, the
that.
business and agriculture ones.
All that will be located. It doesn't matter. All that because she doesn't, like she says, she doesn't have a structure. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into the live meetings collection. Okay, located here on the left hand side, and you're gonna oops, wrong one. Oops. All right. And then you're going to go to the accountability meetups. It should be here. Oh, wait. Nope. Minus that. Negative. See where she's live? So it'll be right there. Okay. And then you go to Q&A highlights. Because she's in the business area. So you would go to the featured section. You would tap that, see more, and then all the videos will pull up, okay?
Got it.
And then if you're interested in like just regular business, you would go right here. For anybody that's interested in starting a business, whether it be nonprofit, for profit, or you just want to learn about AI, okay, let's go study in the study resources, everybody, because this is basically what we do here on the Let's Go To platform is we study for those ground life opportunities. I'm telling you, that's what I do every day. Wake up, study, go to bed, study. Yeah. So we have the AI for those who have not attended the newest AI classes that we have. Those classes are up. Okay, so I encourage you every Wednesday. Okay, go to our calendar right here. All right, and then make sure you RSVP to that event because Roger White knows his AI stuff. Okay, so for those who let me know when Sabrina's back because I can't see my screen, Ethel. Sabrina, if you're there, just kick me off.
Said to 50. You got 5 more minutes.
Okay, let me know. Like, just kick me off. Just kick me off because I can't see anything, you guys. So okay, so yeah.
Tell me.
All right.
I did put the link over for finding replays for live sections and classes over in the chat.
Okay, cool. All right. So for those who are interested in getting their credit reboosted or their credit or their goals, like, it's 2025, let's get our credit fixed, join Megan P's class on Sundays, There's all of her lovely, her videos, she's very smart and intelligent, she has all these credentials that I don't have, so I encourage everybody to go to her live events. And, she lives not too far from me. She lives like 30 minutes away from me, but she's into the financial aspect. So I encourage everybody to go attend her live Zoom. She's very knowledgeable. Okay. And then continuing on, we have Miss Amber Hawkins, the Amber, the A in the T. Miss Ethel Grant is the E in the T with me right now. All right. So if you guys are interested in joining Miss Amber Hawkins class, if you guys want to start a business or have a business idea and you just don't know where to go, don't know where to start, trust me, Amber Hawkins will show you where to start. Yep. Yeah. Yep. She has so much information. So for all you business owners, entrepreneurs, everything, go to her classes, blow up her Zooms. Okay. Tell her that Tammy sent you. All right. And then if you guys are interested in nonprofit, we have Megan P. All right. She also does nonprofit. Very, like I said, she has credentials and all that good stuff. So yeah. All the business stuff is here on the Let's Go To platform. So make sure you read all this lovely information and hopefully you absorb it and inhale it and be very successful because, it will be hard in the beginning, but it will happen in time, you guys. Don't sweat the small things. Just take it day by day, Do what you can do in the now. Okay, and that's all you can do. To be honest, like that's what I do. I just do research, and then when I feel comfortable, when to do in those endeavors, like I just did, like I did an interview with 5 people. I've never thought I would do that in my life. Like to do that took some courage from myself. Or telling somebody, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, You know, it's totally different than really doing it, you guys. So, putting into action is totally different than just, reading. You know, when you do these grant like opportunities, you gotta make it happen, and that takes action, you guys. So call, and pushing forward, right, Ethel? She's gonna say something. Ethel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can get, I mean, it's not like you have to rush to do it all in one day as life takes it. But you can, when you come, again, as Tammy says, become comfortable with what you're doing, then you don't mind getting out the boat. But as long as you are not sure, and then of course get your feet wet too, because you're gonna have to call these people and get their get your feel of how they feel and talk to them, and then you get more comfortable when you start talking to people, and just as Matthew says all the time, be kind, develop their rapport with them, and then as Tammy does sometimes, she sends them a thank you card, or telling them that she appreciates them for taking the time to just talk with her. And a lot of times, these people going through hectic days, those things mean a lot. So, again, that is another way to reach out to them. And there are so many resources out there, but we can provide to you, but you have to do the lead work. There is not a lot of, well, you don't, Matthew says you don't need a grant writer because those grants are normally about 1 or 2 pages. And then when you do that, you just get comfortable and keep your information, store it somewhere, so that if it's a question that you have, maybe it's in a different way, you got that answer already, and you don't have to go, well, but what did I say the last time? You already have that. So just take your time, learn the information, and ask your questions, as many of them as you can come up with. And the information is here, and we're here also to help you to succeed in your grant hunting journey. Now, we're back to Sabrina.
Hey, everybody. All right. Any questions from anybody? It doesn't have to be about the material that was covered. It can be about the material that was covered. Any questions at all?
I hear crickets.
I do too.
I
Well,
see. Oh, there we go. There we go.
yes,
Hmm.
we love it. How can we help you, Adrian?
Yes, ma'am. For the farmer loan that you showed at first with the beginning of class, can you
Okay.
use that farmland rural area grant for starting a homestead, and then probably double up with another grant to raise fruits and such to kind of make it to where you got like a catch-22, and then are able to kind of offset your taxes?
I do believe, I don't know about the taxes element, all right? That's definitely where you need to talk to the expert in regards to both taxes and the program that you're interested in there, right? But let's get those resources for you so that you can do that. So what is your last name, Adrian?
My last name is Horton, Horton.
All right, there you are. Excellent. Okay, the grants that we were talking, or the loans that we were talking about tonight, let's make sure that we're talking about the ones that you're talking about. Are you talking about the microloan?
Hold on. The one that was rural area to where you could use it for home buying and such as well.
Oh goodness, I think we were here. Okay. This is where we started, and then we went over to the microloan directly, right? But there's more than one type of loan. Absolutely. Farm ownership loans can provide access to land and capital. That almost sounds more like what you're possibly interested in. So let's get this whole document. I'll go ahead and just throw it in to the community, and I will tag you in the comments. You're looking into really all of these farmer and rancher loans. Specifically, we talked about the microloan program, There are
Okay.
also a lot of things for growing food. So you can approach that from about 20 different perspectives that I know of. There's so much out there. And so that's when you want to get to one of these coordinators, whether you're working with the farm agency, which is much more common, or like myself, you're working with the Natural Resources Conservation Service. There's also rural development. Those are three very common coordinators that you can look for. Let's see. Let me just finish doing this really quickly.
Sabrina, where's the back noise?
That's in Adrian's background there.
Oh.
Yeah, sounds like it's a little bit
sorry
away
about
from
that.
him. No, you're fine. If you don't have to have it, that's awesome, but we understand and we'll work with you. And I'll get it a little more formalized later, but just to get it out there so that you can utilize these resources as soon as you're ready, Adrian.
Oh, appreciate it.
Absolutely. Okay, what I'd like to do is actually do the whole thing. So we'll throw that all up there for you guys. Let's do something different here. All right. Now, want this whole picture, but this is going to be the sock right here. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Excuse me. I want this here. That's how I wanted it, yes. Although let's actually do this. Oh, that's not where we were. Oh, I'm getting confused now because I'm working in multiple tabs. How funny. Okay, let's go all the way down here, and I'm going to make a nice little title for you guys as well. I just love so much more how that looks, and I think it's more clear for all of you as members, but then it leaves the link so that you can access. Well, all right. And so all of that's there for you right in the post. And then let's hit post. We'll notify everyone. That's kind of an all over everybody post. And then I'm going to tag you here, Adrian. We went too fast for the algorithms. Let's try again. Wonderful. And now you'll get a tag directly so that you can go right to this, Adrian. Let's also add in item number 26 out of the Meta Grants report, as that's all things agricultural, living, and business, right? Something we've talked about more than once here in class. Got here in the comments as well. And do you have any other questions for us, Adrian?
No, ma'am, not that I can think of. Thank you, though.
Absolutely. Do you have comfort getting into Lesko Help 2? And do you know what I mean by your notification bill, Adrian?
Yes, ma'am. I mainly work from my phone, and most of the notifications that come through automatically chime in, and then with the Lesko, I can navigate the toolbar.
Wonderful, wonderful. So just get into that notification bell, and it'll say something like your host, Sabrina Giesler, has tagged you or mentioned you in a post. Oh, no, tagged you in a comment. It's probably,
Yes,
I apologize. That's my normal spiel. But this time I tagged you in the comments there. Click that, and it'll pull this post right up for you. And there are a lot of great opportunities throughout those resources that we put onto this document, right? There's more to tear through within every single one of these links than what we covered tonight. We just started to tear into them. So amazing, amazing opportunities throughout here for anybody interested in becoming involved in agricultural pursuits, whether on a small or large level.
All right.
Thank you so much, Adrian. I'm going to go ahead and mute you there, hon. I apologize. Just you have that background noise. And we walked you through all the steps and you're comfortable. I love that when everybody's getting more and more comfortable with Let's Go Help Too. That is just such an amazing, I don't even know, it's like a base, you know, a home base to provide that support and feeling of understandability when you're approaching such a broad world, right? Like we talked about just a few of the opportunities, but look at all of the links that we dealt with tonight. That is so much opportunity, and yet it is overwhelming. And so to be able to go back to a document like this when you're doing your searches will really, really help you all very much. Does anybody have any questions on taking notes of your searches? Anything like that? Anything at all that we can help you with? We love answering your questions, guys. All right. We mostly have regulars. There are a few folks that I haven't seen before. Good to see Benny, and I'm still not sure how to pronounce your last name. Rob, Vanessa, all of them being wonderful regulars here in multiple classes, this one included. We have Sky. I'm not sure. Did I say Vanessa? I apologize, Vanessa, if I didn't say your name. I hope I did. And then Vileta and Yulia. Really fun name for our newer members here in class.
Thank you. I just joined today.
Oh, hello, Yulia. Is that pronounced right?
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Is there anything at all that we can answer to help you get comfortable in Let's Go Help Too?
I just spent last 2 hours scrolling through the website. It really has amazing resources.
Oh, I'm so glad you're finding things that are helpful to you already, Yulia. That's amazing. And I'm glad you're already able to get it all sorted out and figure out how to get into one of our live classes. We have as many as 4 classes and at least 2 classes scheduled every day that you'll be able to join in and benefit from.
That's perfect.
Wonderful. And you're sure there's nothing at all that we can provide for you? Resources, any kind of tours, anything at all?
So do I need to sign up for these classes in advance, so I can just jump in when it's on?
What I encourage everyone to do is go into the Our Calendar tab right here and RSVP to all of the classes.
Okay.
I think I have that all set up in the live events tour. Let me check really quickly. And this is something you don't even need to worry about a slight little bit. This is just to help answer questions for members, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, it's really not up to date here. Let's see if this is. It's going to be a little bit more complicated than it needs to be. So let's just get the Our Calendar button, and I will put that into a tab for you, along with some information on how to set up calendar notifications for the online calendar of your choice. Does that sound helpful at all?
Yes, perfect.
Wonderful. All right, and let me look at how to spell your name. And oh, you've got it all there. That is a very beautiful name. And there you are. And look, there is another Yulia. Yulia Rose. Interesting. We have a very large community. It actually happens quite often when someone will have such a unique name and there will be another member in that same name. Kind of fun, I think. Okay, and then we're going to need to hit that. Yes. So this is the overall events page.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Absolutely. This is how you can set up calendar notifications. There are 3 different online calendars available when you RSVP to the event. And this is going to walk you through how to utilize the online calendar that you pick, whether you're choosing Google, Outlook, or is that maybe Apple Calendar? All right.
Mm-hmm.
I believe those are the 3. And so, same kind of questions. Are you comfortable then getting back into Let's Go Help Too, it sounds like?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And do you know what I mean by your notification bell up here in the right?
Yes, over here. Mm-hmm.
Way to go. That is so excellent. I've not gotten a chance to work with either of you before, and you're already on top of it. I super love it. Is there anything else that we can provide for you in the moment, Yulia?
Well, not at this moment. I'm just very much enjoying everything.
Well, we're so
Thank you.
glad to hear
I
that.
really, really appreciate this is the wonderful resource.
It really is. And as Tammy was talking to you guys about on break, the amazing variety of perspectives that you get from all of our various hosts. Some specialize in topics, and some are just there in general to answer your questions and help you get to the resources and help you navigate Let's Go Help Too. Such amazing variety of ways to communicate, and that's just in our live classes. So really amazing stuff. All right. Any other questions at all, guys?
Yes, I have a question. Is it possible to get the link to the community tab where you were just giving the information to Adrian?
Absolutely. What I'll do is I will go in and tag you in the same post that I tagged Adrian in. Does that sound good?
Sounds great. Thanks.
All right. Absolutely. And is it Vileta? Is that how it's pronounced?
Yes.
That's beautiful as well. I love fun names. I don't know, they're so challenging, and I went too quickly. I think that's why it's not bringing you up. Let's clear it out. Try again. And there you are. Oh, interesting all over. Both really fun, interesting first and last names, ladies. That is so neat. Oh, and we were just tagging you here, I think. Nope, this is the wrong post, but we'll just take that and put it right here. That is where we were talking about all of the different programs and things from tonight's class. And are you comfortable getting into Let's Go Help Too and your notification bell, Vileta?
No, I'm not, but I'm
All
learning.
right. Let's
I'm
walk
not
you
really
through that
comfortable
then.
as of yet. I'm still,
Okay.
I was gonna ask, so like I can see it coming up on the bottom of my screen. So do
Mhm.
I just click on that and then it's gonna take me to what you just posted? Is that how I
It
get there?
sure is. Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
So it'll pull you into, it sounds like you're on your phone, yes?
No, I'm on my laptop.
Okay, wonderful. It should pull up a web browser with you being in Let's Go Help Two's website, and it will probably take you to the teaching sessions space, which is located in the live meetings collection, but that gets a little bit much to just hear in words, right? So
Right.
click that button and it's going to pull that post up that we built here together in class with the document that we built here together in class and all of those excellent resources, right?
Okay.
All right. And then I'm also going to provide you with the guided tour. I think that that will really benefit you getting more comfort. Yes, getting into Let's Go Help Too, fully understanding what I mean when I say the live meetings collection and how to utilize the Let's Go Help Too website so that you can get the benefits you need from it. All right?
Yeah, appreciate it. And also, I was speaking with Tammy in reference to tapping into some of your old shows. Like, I, you have a lot of good information that I'm interested in. So, is it possible to also, when I go into the community tab, to see some of the old teachings that you have, some
Possibly.
classes?
Let me look
Okay.
at something to see if it's there or not. I kind of wondered that myself, actually, and it has come up a time or two. This is the guided tour to help you get familiar and comfortable with overall Let's Go Help Too and how to navigate, okay? And that's what I just sent to you. So you should see another notification flash on the bottom of your screen, however you saw that first one there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what I'm
They're
doing
kind
is I'm going into the third tab, right? Within the space called Teaching Session, there are 3 different tabs, and I'm going to go into the third one, Q&A Highlight. And I'm going to click See More for this featured section. And I'm going to just scroll, close your eyes if it makes you dizzy, guys. I'm going to scroll for quite a little bit This is unfortunately what it would require if they are still here. And I do think they are here. I just simply have not checked in such a long time that I cannot guarantee it any longer. We need to go back. Goodness, maybe even as much as a year, unfortunately, to get to that material. And it would be maybe beneficial for me to, if I can find it, go through and pull some of it up and put it into perhaps another part of our resources, some of the better examples of what we used to do, right? Thank you for giving me this idea.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, we should be starting maybe. I can't remember when the Thursday grant training seminars ended. Do you remember, Tammy or Ethel?
That's why I asked her, like, how back do you want to go back? Like in the time,
Yeah.
you know?
I can't remember. It's either going to be here or it's going to be another whole year back.
Try around September, August, September,
I've already passed that.
or September 23.
Oh, okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. Yep. Ethel's got it. Okay. So you have to go back pretty far in the featured section, but you will start seeing some different opportunities. I encourage you, if you're willing, to go past, unless you see a medical topic that interests you, you're looking at the training course primarily, and you want to go back. See, this is pet parents, not medical. That's going to be, there was a lot of medical at the end because we were trying, here's one for Native Americans. That was a really good class. This was the last study hall. Okay, so I was thinking around March, and Ethel got, like, when the last one of Thursday closed down, this is when our Monday classes closed down. And those are more about basics on things like role playing. We did role playing for how to approach these people that you're calling about resources, the words you might use, just gaining some comfort with talking to even your pet. We said, just start up a conversation where you pretend to walk through a conversation where somebody says, well, how can I help you? And then you give a little story and then pretend they've asked a question and further it out, or things like that. And that's going to walk you through it. You see, here's covering public speaking, the business ones, some really good stuff, but you do have to scroll back quite a ways. I am going to actually leave this up because I'm going to tear through here. If I can, maybe tonight, we'll see, and pull some of these into another unit for you guys. I think it might be a good thing. All right. Excellent. Anything more that we can help you with, Philida, or anybody needing any questions answered?
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Absolutely. It's really fun to help all of you who are new start to get what you're needing, or further you if you're already getting there. And of course, I love talking agricultural, and it was really neat too to talk about these older classes. It was a really fun set of classes back here, guys. Definitely worth tearing through some of the older material when you have time. Looking at how you would apply it to the things that we're talking about now in our classes, right? All right. Just a little bit early, but I think it's going to be all right. We'll go ahead and shut class down unless anybody at all has anything further that they'd like to ask or cover or share. All right. Well, thank you all so much. I had a ton of fun, as always. You get me talking plants or bugs or soil or paying for producing things with plants and bugs and soil, and I just get all sorts of excited. All right, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful evening and a great weekend. Tomorrow is Amber's early class. I think I've got it. I think it's at 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock a.m. Mountain. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, well, I know where it's at, so now I can get there. Yes, 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock a.m. Mountain, 9 o'clock a.m. Central, and 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern for Friday's All Business with Amber, which Tammy was speaking so highly of earlier. And also when we were talking about some of the topics earlier, for those of you who are interested, definitely a great source to ask when it was talking about things like, oh my goodness, I cannot remember. It was such a weird set of terms. And we went and looked up the definition. Anything like that. That's a lot of where Amber's specialization lies. So definitely bring those up with her. And you would have to go back in, unfortunately, and look through the video for where we have highlighted those words. It'd be pretty easy to speed watch through and find the places where I'm highlighting words. And then you could go and ask her some more and see if she has knowledge about that information, as well as the microloans and things that you're interested in, Adrian, because she is familiar with business in just a lot of different ways, and she may have something to contribute to the discussion. All right, guys, I hope you're all able to join into Miss Amber's class tomorrow. Again, 7 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Mountain, 9 a.m. Central, and 10 a.m. Eastern. And I'm only stressing it because only Amber's classes happen at such an early time. All right. And then I will be back with you guys next Tuesday at 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 4 o'clock p.m. Mountain, 5 o'clock p.m. Central, and 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.
Buenos noches. Buenos dias.
Oh, listen at Tammy. Listen at Tammy. Good night, everyone.
Good night, already.
Bye, bye, Rita. Good night, everyone. Thank you always for joining, Benny and Rob and Vanessa. You guys are amazing. Bye, everyone.
Night.